April 23rd. Listen to this date. 4 millions of people, it's just a number on the calendar. A red-letter day, a day off. The smell of masculine cologne mixed with the scent of tangerines and pine needles, which for some reason has lingered in our apartments since New Year's years. Rustling of gift paper, shaving foam, socks, a toast to us, men, the clink of faceted glasses, loud songs, and promises of eternal friendship. We've gotten used to this rhythm. It's our male ritual. The day when every man from a schoolboy to a veteran feels like a wall, protection, a rock. But in 2026, this rock may crack. Stop. Don't rush to set the table. We won't be congratulating you on the holiday today. Today we will save you. Because Vanga, the great blind woman from Petrich, saw this day not in its festive colors fireworks. She saw him in the color of rust, in the color of old dried blood. A strange audio cassette was found in the archives of the Bulgarian secret services that supervised the ruler. It has no date, only marked with a marker for the military. Vanga's voice sounds muffled on this recording, as if from a dungeon. She speaks heavily, with pauses, switching from dialect to the pure, harsh language of prophecy. Fear the day, she whispers, when 2 2s and a 3 stand in a row with a 6. Fear the day when men they will want to become iron, but they will become glass. 23rd, 2nd, 26th year. Add up the numbers, look at them carefully. The 26th year is the year of the snake. The snake is wise, but her bite is fatal. And April 23rd in the year 26 falls on Monday, the day of the moon. A difficult day of deception. Astrologers talk about Black Monday, about the conjunction of Mars, planet of war, with Pluto, the planet of death and transformation. It's an explosive mixture. It's a fuse that's already burning. Vanga didn't know about astronomy, but she saw the red mist that descends on the shoulders of men on this day. Let's go back in time. The late 80s. A black Volga pulls up to the house in Rupite. A tall man with a military bearing, a general, gets out. We won't name him, but his descendants still live in Moscow and remain silent. He came to Vanga with one question: what awaits my army? What awaits my sons? Vanga was silent for a long time. She sorted through the sugar cubes with her gnarled fingers, as if she was counting the bullets. And then she raised her sightless eyes and said a phrase that made the combat the officer who had served in Afghanistan felt goosebumps run down his spine. The day of male strength will come, but this strength will not be in his fists and not in vending machines, but in sobriety. Whoever takes Khmelny into their mouth on this day will drink their own death. Attention! This is the first and the main warning for April 23rd, 2026. Remember it, write it down, pass it on to your sons. Vanga shouted, breaking his voice. Let husbands not take wine into their mouths, for wine on this day will turn into vinegar, and vinegar will corrode memory, and vodka will become dead water. Mystics explain it this way. April 23rd, 2026 is the day of energy scanning. The higher the forces will look at every man closely, as if through a sight. Who is he? A warrior of light, a protector of the family, or a slave to one's habits, a weak link? He who meets this dawn with a clouded head, the one who will raise a toast to health, risks losing this health by the end of the year. Whoever drinks wine will drink away their luck, says the prophecy. On this day, alcohol is not a joy, it's a portal, an open door for dark entities, who are looking for a vessel, and a drunk man is the ideal home for them. You women who are listening to this now, you want to give a bottle of expensive cognac, a beautiful flask for your husband? Stop, throw that thought away. Vanga said, don't give water fiery, it will burn the soul. Give the living fire. On this day, men don't need a drink, they need a prayer, they need candlelight, they need silence. But the ban on alcohol is just the tip of the iceberg. Far more terrifying was what Vanga saw in the skies over Russia and the world that day. Iron birds, she whispered in oblivion. They will scream so loudly that their ears will be blocked. But people will be stupid. People will think it's fireworks. People will clap their hands when it's time to fall to the ground. What birds is she talking about? What were you talking about? About drones? About missiles? Or is this a metaphor? Vanga saw, April 23rd on the 26th year, the sky will become solid, the air will be electrified. Any careless word said at the festive table can cause war. Not a world war, but a personal war in the family, in the workplace, on the street. Vanga warned, men will be evil, blood will boil without fire. Brother will attack brother because of a sidelong glance. She saw how old friends, sitting at the same table, suddenly become enemies in a minute, as if a word hurt more than a knife. This is the influence of Red Mars. Aggression will be in the air like a poisonous gas. Therefore, Vanga's advice number 2, sew your mouths shut. Let them talk. Women, and let men sharpen knives, but not tongues. Sharpen knives. What does that mean? Vanga often spoke in images. Sharpening a knife means preparing the spirit, being ready to defend, being in full combat readiness. Readiness, but not to attack. April 23rd, 26th year is the day checking your internal account. Vanga saw dark demons, larvae, on this day. Call them what you will, they will look for the weak, those who are offended, those who are drunk, those who are despondent, those who complain about their fate, and they will possess them, pushing them to madness. Road accidents, fights in the entryways, accidents out of the blue. The Ministry of Emergency Situation Statistics maybe will confirm these words the next morning, but it will be too late. And now listen to the most secret, the most profound prediction, the one called the Covenant of Three. Vanga spoke of 3 sisters, of 3 great Slavic roots. On Men's Day, in the year of the snake, the bear will wake up early. He won't emerge from his den for honey. He'll go out to see who's standing by the forest. Usually bears sleep until spring, but on April 23rd, 1926, something happened. Will awaken the master of the taiga. Political scientists may guess what this means, but mystics know. We are talking about the awakening of a gigantic hidden strength of Russia. Not military strength, but mental, spiritual. Vanga said, on this day, many will don epaulets, even those who have never worn them before. And these epaulets will be worn not on their shoulders, but on their hearts. It's not about mobilizing bodies, it's about mobilizing souls. Every man with a shred of conscience will feel this Monday. Playtime is over, childhood is over. The time of men with a capital M is coming, the time of fathers, the time of protectors, women, wives, mothers, daughters. Listen carefully now. Put your business aside. It's up to you whether your man survives this day. It's up to you who he will come out of this with. Holiday, hero or victim. Vanga gave clear instructions for women on the April 23rd, 1926. This isn't magic, it's feminine wisdom, which is stronger than any magic. First, gifts. Vanga strictly forbade giving sharp or dead objects on this day. No knives, daggers, or souvenir weapons, they will cut through fate. No watches, they will stop the time of life. No empty wallets or bags. This leads to poverty. The best gift, said Baba Vanga, is something that keeps you warm. Wool, bread, fire. Second, the table. Set the table, but keep it modest. Don't overload it with food. Rare meat will attract predators. The ruler warned. On this day, there should be bread on the table, baked with your own hands or at least warmed up in oven. The warmth of women's hands, put into the bread, is the only shield that cannot be penetrated. When a man is eat this bread, it will eat your protection. And the third, most important, the ritual of protection. On the morning of the 23rd, when your protector is still sleeping or just waking up, approach him without waking him up abruptly. Look at him, and read in a whisper the words that Vanga left to her niece Krasimira. We found them in a diary, written in pencil. These words act like a steel dome. Listen and remember. You are the wall, I am the ivy. While the wall stands, the ivy grows green, iron won't take you, fire won't burn you, evil thoughts will pass you by. As I said, so it will be. Amen. Say it 3 times, and only then kiss and congratulate. April 23rd, 2026. It's Monday. It's the beginning of Lent for the soul. Even if the church calendar says otherwise, it's exam day. Vanga believed in our men. She loved their stern simplicity. She said, Russian Ivan, he's like an oak tree, you can bend it, it will creak, but it won't break. And if it does break, the whole forest will fall and crush the enemy. Let this day be a day of strength for you, not a day of weakness. Let this day be a day of clarity, not a day of drunken stupor. Put down the glass, it is not your friend. Look into the eyes of your children. Look into the eyes of your elders. Remember those who are no longer around, those who left so you could live. And just be. Be alive, be sober, be ready, because living defenders are needed by this earth, this sky. There's more to this future than dead heroes. Happy New Year! And may God protect you, if you're willing to protect yourselves.